Stuart Boyle is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Le Mans.
With just 246 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
There goes Stuart Boyle on their first dance with Le Mans. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Bob Shotton posted a 8:38.239 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Look at Stuart Boyle taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Bob Shotton's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 8:38.239. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
And off goes Stuart Boyle, easing into the rhythm of Le Mans. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Bob Shotton posted 4:20.529 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? And there's Stuart Boyle, easing out onto Le Mans. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Not Clinton Kakatans on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine, first impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
There's the first flying lap for Bob Shotton, hitting 4:20.529. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Watch as Mitchell Litwinski takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob. They're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Bob Shotton crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 4:20.529. They're getting to grips with Le Mans, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
not Clinton Kakaton, is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Le Mans.
Stuart Boyle is on their first practice flying lap. Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure. You tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
There goes Mitchell Litwinski on their first dance with Le Mans. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Alright, Bob Shotton has put down a 42.450. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Jaguar XJ220.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Mitchell Litwinski is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Look at not Clinton Kakaton taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Ahmed Sarwar has a best lap time of 3:55.237. and off goes Superman, easing into the rhythm of Le Mans. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
There's not Clinton Kakaden, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Le Mans.
There are just over 230 minutes left in this practice session. Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
And there's Mitchell Litwinski, easing out onto Le Mans. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Bob Schotten's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 5:34.754. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Superman's on the out lap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Not Clinton Kakaden is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Le Mans.
Mitchell Litwinski is out there, taking it slow and steady on the out lap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Le Mans.
Watch as not Clinton Kakaten takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Look at Scott Cutshall taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
And off goes Mitchell Lipwinski, easing into the rhythm of Le Mans. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
There's Piasek, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Le Mans.
Not Clinton Kakaten is getting to grips with the Ferrari F40 GTE in this practice session. There's Piasek, easing out onto Le Mans. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Not Clinton Kakaten is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Ferrari F40 GTE's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Scott Cutchell is on the outlap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping 'em up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Piasek is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Le Mans.
Scott Cutchell's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Mitchell Litwinski is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Le Mans.
Not Clinton Kakaden has a best lap time of 4:03.831. And off goes Cadillac, easing into the rhythm of Le Mans. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Look at Sunrider taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right. In Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
There's Sunrider, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Le Mans.
Bob Shotton's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 4:20.733. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Carl Hyper is on the out lap, not just warming up the tyres, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
There's the first flying lap for not Clinton Kakata, hitting 4:42.103. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Piasek is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Porsche 911 GT2 has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
There goes Bogan Cromulence on their first dance with Le Mans. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Not Clinton Kakatan posted a 4:10.876 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a Barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Look at Piasek go, they're really giving it some jandal now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Alright, Ahmed Sarwar has put down a 7:00.467. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Corvette C4 ZR1.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Megasaurus 55 crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 4:42.903. They're getting to grips with Le Mans, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
And there's Vikal Hyper, easing out onto Le Mans. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Watch as Richard Rossier takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob. They're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Ahmed Sarwar's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 21:12.053. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Bogan Cromulence is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book that sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Le Mans.
Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 3:59.904. With just 203 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There's the first flying lap for Superman, hitting 6:57.444. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
On the out lap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
And off goes Vikal Hyper, easing into the rhythm of Le Mans. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Not Clinton Kakaton posted 7:38.997 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Mitchell Litwinski has a best lap time of 4:08.173. There's no mucking around for Bogan Cromulans a Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Le Mans. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
The Carl Hyper is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Le Mans.
Bogan Cromulans is in Lausanne. Scott Cutchell's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 52.225. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
There goes Fugs on their first dance with Le Mans. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
And there's Vikal Hyper, easing out onto Le Mans. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
There are just over 195 minutes left in this practice session. Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Klangsky is on the out lap, not just warming up the tires, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Mitchell Litwinski crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 4:11.947. They're getting to grips with Le Mans, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Bob Schottman's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 9:49.217. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Bogan Cromulans is getting to grips with the WRLM 9.4 in this practice session. Klangsky is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Le Mans.
Bob Schotten has a best lap time of 4:10.625. Piasek is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Porsche 911 GT2's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it, starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Clang skis on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
The Carl Hyper is on their first practice flying lap. With just 188 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Mitchell Lipwinski posted a 4:11.947 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? And off goes Alex Gardner, easing into the rhythm of Le Mans. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the sensors, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Watch as Martin Tuert takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
There goes Eric Rosendahl on their first dance with Le Mans. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
You've joined us on a breezy day here at Le Mans, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Assetto has got the inside track starting from pole position.
But they can't get cocky. This is Assetto Corsa, friends, and anything can happen.
And in second place, we have Superman. We're seeing Scott Cutchell in the third spot.
It's like they're on the outside looking in. Can they make their way to the front of the pack?
It's Piasek, sitting comfortably in fourth.
I'm sure Piasek will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
Our fifth place starter for today's race is none other than Sunrider. Ahmed Sarwar has qualified sixth.
Who knows? They could be the dark horse that steals the show.
From the middle of the pack, we have Klangsky in sixth place on the starting grid. Our seventh place starter, Megasaurus 55, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track.
They'll be looking for a clean race.
Lining up in eighth is the Lone Racer. Sitting in ninth is Mitchell Litwinski. The 10th starting position belongs to Not Clinton Kakaden, who will be looking to make up ground early on. Starting from 11th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Jack M team. Eric Rosendahl is going to be starting from 12th. Starting from 13th on the grid is a decent position for Richard Rossier, all things considered.
The Swiss driver has got something to prove.
Martin Tuip has some work to do from 14th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet.
They have the talent to make their way to the front of the pack.
Vikal Hyper is placed in 15th. Sitting in 17th it's Bogan Cromulence. Stuart Boyle is lining up 18th.
Stuart Boyle should really be putting that Toyota Supra higher up the grid.
Stuart Boyle is 18th. Hold on to your stubbies. The wait's over, the green's up and the engines are roaring louder than a muzzy by your ear.
This is the real proving ground. Gotta keep calm, but push like there's no tomorrow.
Bit of a cruisy start for Superman, just filling out the track at Le Mans. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race. This is going to be one hell of a race, I can already feel it.
Like gladiators they enter raw, but instead of lions and swords our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
Well, slap me with a kangaroo tail. Eric Rosendaal's chucked a UEY on the leaderboard, going up faster than beer prices on a Friday night.
That's one way to make a statement, alright. But let's see if they've got the grit to hold on. That might be some smooth sailing with the wind at 6. But Eric Rosendahl has got to be careful not to go overboard, especially if they're plotting to leave Haster in their wake.
Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position?
I for one am really excited, Rob. The rivalry between Ahmad Sarwar and not Clinton Cockadon has been building before the race, and this is where scores are settled.
It's a solid performance from Megasaurus 55 at the moment. They're holding their position and not getting too caught up in battles around them. No room for error here. Piasek is breathing down the neck of Superman, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
At this rate, Piasek and Superman are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Wow, Ahmed Sarwar is really pushing hard to catch up to Eric Rosendahl. There's blood in the water for 6th place. It's looking good for Ahmed Sarwar, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Eric Rosendahl.
Yes, but Ahmad Sarwar can't rest on their laurels. They have to keep pushing to consolidate their position.
Blimey, the talent on the track today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah, and just like those kangaroos, these drivers can really hop into action. You reckon they've got a pocket full of secrets?
It's a tight race with Eric Rosendahl in 6th, just managing to stay ahead of Ahmed Sarwar in 7th by a margin of 0.3 seconds. This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Mitchell Litwinski is the predator, with Alex Gardner firmly in their sights.
The gap between them is just over 0.7 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Ahmed Sarwar is proper nipping at Eric Rosendahl's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Tell me, mate, ever tried doing a burnout in a ute? It's bloody bonza.
A ute? You guys and your funny names. That's just a pickup, right? Trust me, I've burned more rubber than you had shrimp on the Barbie.
Wow, it's a close race for 12th. Jack M team is ahead with Megasaurus 55 right on their tail with a gap of only 0.3 seconds.
It's like a good old North Carolina hoedown. Jack M team's trying to lead, but Megasaurus 55's eager for a do-see-do.
Megasaurus 55 is on a mission, chasing Jack M team who's desperately trying to stay ahead. By the looks of it, Wayne Pearson is making sure Sunrider gets a full view of those rear lights. It's like a prolonged good day without the handshake.
Wayne Pearson is doing a great job of defending in the lead, and Sunrider is pushing hard to close the gap. It's an exciting race and it's not over yet.
Wayne Pearson's lagging like a laid-back Sunday Arvo, and Sunrider's kicked into gear like it's Monday morning rush hour.
As we say down south, Sunrider's making hay while the sun shines and Wayne Pearson's barn's looking a bit empty.
Fantastic move from Wayne Pearson, who has just gained a position. Oh my, Richard Rossier is hot on the tail of not Clinton Cockadon. As they come into Tour de Rouge, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Megasaurus 55 is looking to take advantage of that aero as they get in range of Jack M Team. That's gonna give him the pull they need to mount a challenge very soon.
You're right, Jack M Team in 11th needs to stay cool under pressure and make every move count. But Megasaurus 55 is a fierce competitor, and they won't give up without a fight.
Richard Rossia is in 6th and is being closely chased by Martin Tuib, who is just 0.2 seconds behind. Oi, Martin Tuib is on Richard Rossia like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack. Every twist, every turn, it's like a tango at 200 miles per hour. Who'll take the lead?
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Sunrider is sniffing around Wayne Pearson like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 15th. I swear, Sunrider's on the prowl, making that leap to 15th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
Y'all ever see a hot rod at a country fair? Sunrider's giving me those vibes right now with that ascent.
It's a brilliant day for racing here at Le Mans. I'm really enjoying this. Breaking news, folks, that won't be ideal for the lone racer.
Well, slap my grandma. L1 racers gone off like they saw a ghost. Or maybe they just saw their last lap time.
The gap between Klansky and Richard Rossia is razor thin as they vie for 6th in this nail-biting contest.
Sweet Caroline, Klansky's giving Richard Rosier a hard time. Can't wait to see what happens when they hit Mulsanne.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Not much room to breathe for Mitchell Litwinski with Ahmed Sarwar trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at Mulsanne. Bloody hell, Astor just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
With Stuart Boyle on the hunt, Cadillac better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
Talk about intense. Mitchell Litwinski is on Bogan Cromulant's S-bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach Indianapolis. Crikey, Mitchell Litwinski's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched 21st.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Mihal Litwinski's charging like a bull in a china shop. Welcome to 21st, cowboy.
Things are heating up as Bogan Cromulants closes in on Ahmed Sarwar. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
The only thing closer than Bogan Cromulants to Ahmad Sarwar right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Things are getting spicy as Sunrider is breathing down Vakal Hyper's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
You reckon Vakal Hyper's sweating bullets yet, Rob? Because I'd be needing a towel by now with Sunrider right behind me.
Hold up a mo. Oof, Bogan Cromulants misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon. If I had $1 for every time Vakal Hyper closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Sunrider, the thunder from down under is coming. The action is non-stop as Ahmed Sarwar shadows Bob Shotton through every twist and turn, determined to claim 20th.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Ahmad Sarwar looked like overtaking, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
We got a close battle as Piasek closes in on the lone racer. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Piasek gaining places and the lone racer losing them. The excitement is palpable. This is going to be a race for the ages.
The drivers are executing their strategies to perfection, making the most of every opportunity. This is what top-level racing is all about.
Whoa, Bob Shotton is coming in hot. I don't know if it's the red mist or if they have just missed their breaking point. Hold on to your hats, folks. Stuart Boyle is right on the heels of Cadillac, and we're in for a wild ride. Someone should tell Cadillac this ain't a Sunday drive. Stuart Boyle's tearing up the track. The adrenaline is pumping as Cadillac gets within striking distance of Stuart Boyle in their race for 17th. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle, pal, but Cadillac's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Stuart Boyle. Whoa there, Clang Ski is sticking to the lone racer like glue. You reckon Theloniris is feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. Megasaurus 55 wants to close that gap with Sunrider.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line.
Well, butter my biscuit. Richard Rosier took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
It's a close race between Clang Ski and the lone racer in fourth.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Clang Ski is putting the pressure on the lone racer. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
Seems like Megasaurus 55 is getting in range of Richard Rosier.
There is no room for error in this battle.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
And the drivers know it too, Ron. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Clang Ski is breathing down the neck of the lone racer, not giving him any room to relax. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Vacal Hyper is definitely living on the edge today.
Gee whiz, Megasaurus 55 is breathing down Richard Rosier's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Richard Rosier's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. Now that's how it's done. Megasaurus 55 rips through the track, while Richard Rosier watches the tail lights fade. The lone racer wants to find a way round Clang Ski.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone, you know the rest.
Mate, Stuart Boyle's right up Fugs' chuff. As they zip through Maison Blanche, we're all expecting some fireworks. It's a game of inches now as Martin Tuibtail's Sunrise. Sorry to cut in here. Oh, Bob Shotton went off track. I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend. Oi, Martin Tuib's giving it a red-hot go in 8th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Sunrider. Might see a cheeky move soon.
There's a razor-thin line between glory and disaster, and both drivers are dancing right on it.
Oh, this is getting intense. Clang Ski is just behind Piasek. If breaking alert, Struth, Fugs is having a real dog's breakfast of a moment. Blimey, Piasek is closing in on Clang Ski like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up Lash Chicane.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Piasek must be laser-focused on Clang Ski's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
Coming in, hold on a moment, just like my hope in finding the one, Mitchell Litwinski's direction seems a bit lost right now. Now isn't this a show? Ahmed Sarwar's gotten the bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Cadillac. Look at him weave and bob through S's, folks.
Ahmad Sarwar is following Cadillac so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Blimey, Bob Shotton's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 21st just like that.
Dang, if Bob Shotton keeps this up, we'll need to douse the track. Smokin' hot move to 21st.
Every race has its highs and lows. Today, Bob Shotton acquaints themselves with a new perspective at 22nd. Who needs speed dating when you've got Wayne Pearson chasing down Richard Rosier this eagerly? Move over Tinder, this is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour.
The roaring engines are echoing Wayne Pearson's battle cry. Richard Rosier, can you hear the thunder?
This is what it's all about, folks. The lone racer is in hot pursuit of Piasek, who's just trying to stay ahead. Not Clinton Kakaton has the pedal to the metal chasing Sunrider.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
hold on to your hats. Wayne Pearson is gunning for Richard Rossia. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? It's not looking good for Wayne Pearson. They are still behind Richard Rossia and the gap is increasing. They are gonna need to dig a bit deeper to turn this around. You know, Rob, these pit stops always amaze me. Just a few seconds, and they change tires, refuel, adjust settings. It's like a well-choreographed dance.
Absolutely, and the precision. One slight misstep, and it could cost the race. It's an art and a testament to the pit crew's relentless training and coordination.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
The gap is 0.6 seconds now. Bogan Cromulence is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with Cadillac.
Bogan Cromulence is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Cadillac at the moment. It's a thrilling pursuit as Wayne Pearson is right behind Richard Rossia, keeping the pressure on for 12th place. The intensity is off the charts as Vakal hyperhounds Wayne Pearson, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. It's pedal to the metal for Vakal Hyper, while Wayne Pearson's still flipping through the radio channels.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Vakal Hyper needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
Ha ha, that's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, the mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
Eric Rosendahl wants to get into Richard Rossia's slipstream.
They need to keep it on the black stuff. You don't get points for driving over weeds, not in this game.
Alright, hold your horses. Vakal Hyper is really putting the heat on Eric Rosendahl. If I were Eric Rosendahl, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Oi, Vakal Hyper's chassis balance is on. Wait, blimey, Piasek must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way. Hollywood couldn't script this better. Eric Rosendahl shadowing Richard Rossia, waiting for the slightest misstep. Piasek could be looking for a way up the inside of the lone racer.
If you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
Bloody hell, Piasek tearing up the tarmac and just snatched fourth. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration. The pursuit is on. Alex Gardner is closing the gap on Wayne Pearson, determined to claim P12. You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
Things are heating up as Ahmed Sarwar tries to close the gap to Stuart Boyle.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Ahmad Sarwar needs to stay patient and wait for Stuart Boyle to make a mistake.
It looks like Ahmed Sarwar is making a move. The gap to Stuart Boyle is now down to 0.3 seconds. It looks like Alex Gardner is pushing hard to catch up to Wayne Pearson. The gap is over a second, but Alex Gardner is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Wayne Pearson?
I've seen funeral processions move faster than Alex Gardner right now. Come to think of it, at least they've got a destination in mind.
Blimey, Jack M Team's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, Jack M Team's pushing the Jaguar XJ220 to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on Martin Tuip.
Breaking news, folks. Looks like Vakal Hyper's playing in the dirt. Took me back to when I tried rallying in my mum's old sedan. Good times, expensive repairs. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Jack M Team is stalking Martin Tuip's every move. Fair dinkum, Jack M Team is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Martin Tuip is now down to a whisker at 0.5 seconds. The age-old challenge. Ahmed Sarwar is trying to catch Alex Gardner, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
Dang, Ahmad Sarwar is so far back, they're in a different time zone. Hope they remember it's race day, not laundry day.
A great pass for Ahmed Sarwar as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Alex Gardner has lost ground. Oh no, what's this? Talk about going walkabout on the track. Alex Gardner's off on a little bush adventure at Le Mans, aren't they?
If Alex Gardner was fishing, they'd have thrown that one back into the pond. That's a tough go.
This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Jack M Team zeroes in on Martin Tuip, blade sharpened and ready.
Woo-wee, there's more tension between Jack M Team and Martin Tuip than there is at a shotgun wedding. Pass the popcorn and let's see where this love story goes.
Well, Wayne Pearson's decided to give the local wildlife a closer look. I hope the drop bears didn't get to them. Looks like Bogan Cromulence is trying to chase down Cadillac, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
I agree. Bogan Cromulence is putting in the effort. Sort of like me at karaoke night. Not sure about the results, but full points for enthusiasm.
Bogan Cromulence, S playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, Cadillac's just raring to go. You know, back in Oz, we have a saying, flat out like a lizard drinking. That's exactly what Bogan Cromulence is doing right now.
I've always wondered, what's that even mean?
Stop the press. Looks like Cadillac is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride. Good on ya, Jack M Team. Not letting Martin Tuip get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "g'day mate" on the next corner? Hal, what's the impact of tire degradation on race strategy? How does it affect a driver's approach to the race?
Tire degradation plays a crucial role in race strategy, Rob. Teams and drivers have to consider the optimal time to pit for fresh tires and adjust their race pace to balance speed with tire conservation. It adds another layer of complexity to the racing challenge.
Tell ya what, Sunrider's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle? A brilliant maneuver from Sunrider, who has just moved up the field. Sorry to cut in here, blimey, Klansky's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burned. Hold on to your stubbies. Eric Rosendahl is closing in on Ahmed Sawa like a bachelor at the end of a Bucks night. Hope Ahmed Sawa either brought some lube or protection. Not Clinton Kakatan's duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one.
I swear, not Clinton Kakatan's acting like they found Elvis off track. Spoiler. The king ain't there.
You know, Piasek reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Yeehaw, it's like Piasek took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
The gap between Piasek and Sunrider is growing. It's now up to 1.2 seconds. The action is heating up here as Sunrider is in fourth, defending from Piasek, who is only 0.9 seconds away.
In the dance of speed and power, Sunrider is leading, and Piasek is trying to catch the rhythm. But today, the tune's being set by the one in front.
Sunrider is burning rubber like there's no tomorrow. Piasek needs to show some ticker if they want to close that gap.
Well, Rob, as we say in North Carolina, the race ain't over till the checkered flag. Let's see if Piasek has some tricks up their sleeve.
By the looks of it, Piasek in fifth is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Sunrider. Hold on to your stubbies. Buckle up, Martin Tuip is all over Jack M team like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Martin Tuip, lagging behind Jack M team and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Hold up a mo. Looks like Stuart Boyle tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half.
That maneuver from Stuart Boyle? Just like my attempt at DIY car mods. Ambitious, but not quite right.
Blimey, Wayne Pearson is sticking to Eric Rosendahl like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit Maison Blanche. If Wayne Pearson doesn't pick up the pace, hell, they'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. The gap between Sunrider and Klansky is razor thin as they vie for third in this nail-biting contest. An impressive showing from Sunrider, who has gained positions and left Klansky in the dust.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Sunrider needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
As they speed through La Florandia chicane, Klansky is relentlessly pursuing Sunrider in a high-stakes battle for position.
Hot diggity, Klansky's on Sunrider's tail tighter than bark on a tree. As they zoom into La Florandia chicane, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Klansky's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Sunrider. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Martin Tuip's inching ever closer to Jack M team. Bugger me, Martin Tuip's got their thongs stuck in the mud. Breaking update, Superman is in the pits. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Martin Tuip is sniffing around Jack M team like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of ninth.
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like Martin Tuip is taking that advice to heart today.
Things are sorry to interrupt here, but Superman is pitting. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Martin Tuip just blitzed past Jack M team like they were standing still. Mate, Martin Tuip's really giving it a burl out there, ripping it up like a croc in a waterhole.
I tell ya, I haven't seen that kind of ferocity since my days at Indy. But you Aussies, always gotta bring up the wildlife, huh?
Would ya look at that gap? Wayne Pearson's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get them, Tiger.
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law.
Breaking update, Sunrider has pulled into the pits. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Ahmed Sarwar will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
You know, Ahmad Sarwar reminds me of my dog chasing its tail, persistent and entertaining. But I hope for them, there's a better end result in sight.
Fair dinkum, Ahmed Sarwar's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing. Wait, it looks like Sunrider has been called into the pits. Tell ya what, Richard Rossier's got more guts than a croc in a boxing ring. Closing that gap and breathing down the neck of Ahmed Sarwar. Hope Ahmed Sarwar brought the aeroguard, cause he's about to get bitten. A solid hold that thought, hold the phone, Klansky has decided to pit. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Oh dear, Jack M team has had an incident.
Holy smokes. Jack M team's serving up some backyard barbecue with that smoke show. Just missing the ribs.
Alex Gardner wants to close that gap with bogan cromulence.
Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
You know, bogan cromulence. If you were any hold that thought, hold the phone, bogan cromulence is pitting. Seems like Wayne Pearson is getting in range of Eric Rosendahl. Mate, I've heard the drivers talk. Sorry to interrupt here, but a strategic misstep perhaps? Wayne Pearson's place has shifted to 15th. The plot thickens.
Yes, but they can't give up. There's still plenty of time left in this race, and Wayne Pearson needs to stay focused and keep pushing.
Mitchell Litwinski is running 18th. They are trying to catch Fugs. It seems like Mitchell Litwinski has got the bit between their teeth, improving on Fugs' lap time there. Looks like Klansky is chasing Ahmed Sarwar harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? Sorry to cut in here, Scott Cutchell is in the pits. This is a thrilling battle as Fugs edges closer to Mitchell Litwinski in their fight for P17. No room for error here. Klangski is breathing down the neck of Ahmed Sawa, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
If Klangski pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during a race.
Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Klangski's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Ahmed Sawa. Creaky, Fugs is sticking to Mitchell Litwinski like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights.
It's hotter than a jalapeno out here. If Fugs gets any closer to Michal Litwinski, we're gonna need to put this stream on OnlyFans.
It's not going to plan for Fugs. They are still behind Mitchell Litwinski and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Struth, Fugs has taken a bit of a tumble down the order to 19th. Must have missed the memo.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Fugs needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
This is edge of the seat stuff. Alex Gardner is relentlessly hunting down Bogan Cromulence. Who'll blink first?
They say pressure makes diamonds. Well, Alex Gardner's shining bright, closing in with every heartbeat.
The action is non-stop as Ahmed Sawa shadows not Clinton Kakaten through every twist and turn, determined to claim 9th. Superb driving from Ahmed Sawa, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
It's like Ahmad Sarwar had an extra shot of espresso or something, jetting up to 9th.
Things are heating up as Alex Gardner closes in on Fugs. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
Should things go awry, Alex Gardner and Fugs might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Alex Gardner's blitzed ahead, claiming 19th.
That's what we like to see.
Breaking update. I don't think that's the fastest way around Le Mans.
Yeehaw. Megasaurus 55 decided to do a little off-roading. Wrong event, partner.
3 cars, 3 different racing strategies. One driver is defending, while the other 2 are relentlessly attacking. Who will come out on top?
Absolutely, Rob. The slipstream plays a crucial role in these battles. The drivers are using every trick in the book to gain an advantage while constantly evaluating when to make their move.
And Alex Gardner has just won the place from Fugs. Watching the drivers handle their cars is like watching a crop handler at a wildlife show. There's a finesse to it. But one wrong move, and you're in a world of hurt.
Oh, for sure. It's like trying to rope a bull in a rodeo. It looks easy from the stands, but up close, it's all about skill, timing, and knowing when it's about to let go.
Fugs wants to find a way round Alex Gardner. Remember when Hastur was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night.
Look, Hastur's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
It's an intense battle for position as Bob Shotton tries to outmaneuver Cadillac. This is edge of your seat racing. It's looking good for Bob Shotton, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Cadillac.
You see, it's moments like these that separate the champs from the chumps. And Bob Shotton's looking every bit the champ today.
You reckon Scott Cutchell's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible.
Great driving from Scott Cutchell, who has just gained a place and moved up to third. Fair dinkum, I reckon Felonius has got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Scott Cutchell in the front. Stop the press. It looks like not Clinton Kakadin has been called into the pits. As Ahmed Sarwar trails Jack M team, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Jack M team is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Ahmad Sarwar.
Incident alert. Eric Rosendahl has pulled into the pits. I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Ahmed Sarwar and Jack M team. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning.
The gap between them is just over 0.5 seconds. Can Ahmad Sarwar close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Ahmed Sarwar for nabbing 8th. Hold on to your hats, folks. Jack M team is right on the heels of Ahmed Sarwar, and we're in for a wild ride. It looks like Ahmed Sarwar is pulling away from Jack M team. The gap is continuing to grow as they head through Mulsanne Strait. Oh mate, Wayne Pearson's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the barbie. Stone the crows. Wayne Pearson's managed to trim that gap with Bakal Hyper, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Mate, Felonius has got a stretch ahead that's longer than the Nullarbor. Going to need more than a tinny to bridge that expanse.
It's like fishing without bait right now. They're not going to catch much at this rate.
It's not looking good for the lone racer. They are still behind Scott Cutchell and the gap is increasing. They are gonna need to dig a bit deeper to turn this around. If Wayne Pearson goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. Looks like Wayne Pearson remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Bakal Hyper, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. Did you ever think about the physics at play here? The G-forces these drivers feel, especially during tight corners. It's mind-boggling.
Absolutely, Rob. And it's not just the car's engineering, but the human body's resilience and adaptability. The way these drivers train to withstand and use those forces to their advantage. It's an art form combined with sheer grit.
Tell ya what, Mitchell Litwinski is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today. It's all stop the press. Megasaurus 55 is pitting. With every twist and turn, Ahmed Sarwar is shadowing Martin Tuitt, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Ahmad Sarwar is really walking that tightrope.
A great moment for Ahmed Sarwar, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Hold that thought, hold the phone. Richard Rossia has decided to pit. Phew, talk about foreplay. Mitchell Litwinski and Stuart Boyle are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date. Hold on a second, it looks like Richard Rossia has been called into the pits. Martin Tuib's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate.
Gee whiz, Martin Tuib is so far back, I'm half expecting to see tumbleweeds blow past.
Oh no, what's this? Stuart Boyle is in the pits. It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Bob Shotton can catch some shade behind Cadillac? F.
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
Whoa, Klansky's on fire, leaving skid marks and Jack Empteen's hopes behind. You know, Hal, I've always wondered, how do racing drivers stay so cool and collected under such immense pressure?
Well, Rob, it comes down to mental strength and training. Drivers often work with sports psychologists and practice techniques like meditation and visualization to help them stay calm and focused during high-pressure situations.
In a race where seconds count, Fubs is counting on less of them between themselves and bogan cromulence. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime.
Well, butter my biscuit. Fubs is hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
Fubs is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with bogan cromulence at the moment. The race is heating up as Klansky in 8th closes in on Martin Tuib. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Ripper of a move. Klansky's not just in the race. They're owning it. Today, 7th. Not Clinton Kakaten seems to be putting the pressure on Stuart Boyle. The best laid plans of mice and men are Hal, but it's certainly not going to plan for not Clinton Kakaten right now as they are struggling to keep up with Stuart Boyle. Hey, Hal, you've had your fair share of races with little action. How did you handle the situation back in your racing days?
Well, Rob, patience is key in such scenarios. You need to stay focused and be ready to seize any opportunity that comes your way. It's like a game of chess at 200 miles per hour.
In a world where milliseconds matter, Scott Cutchell's grasp on the third speaks volumes. Martin Tuib has pulled into the pits. The gap between not Clinton Kakaten in 18th and Stuart Boyle remains over a second, but not Clinton Kakaten is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 41 minutes?
Watching not Clinton Kakaten right now is like reliving my high school track meets. A for effort, D for speed.
The gap between not Clinton Kakaten and Stuart Boyle is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun.
Not Clinton Kakaten's suspension setups really letting them carry speed into the apex, catching up to Stuart Boyle like molasses in winter.
The horizon that Mitchell Litwinski peers towards is as enigmatic as the Uluru at dusk. Layers of stories and strategies are yet to unfold.
And over here, it feels like trying to read a story with half the pages missing. But stories have a way of coming full circle.
Wait, Ahmed Sarwar is pitting. As the laps wind down, the hunt intensifies. Bogan Cromulence is lurking, ready to unleash an overtaking masterclass on Fugs. With a move that's swift, I'd say Bogan Cromulence is running on high octane. And maybe a bit of Aussie spirit.
Impressive. Bogan Cromulence is really showing their skill and determination out there.
So, Hal, considering the high speeds and split-second decision-making involved in racing, what's the impact of even a minor lapse in concentration?
A minor lapse in concentration can have significant consequences, Rob. It could lead to an off-track excursion, a loss of position, or even a collision. That's why it's crucial for drivers to stay focused and alert throughout the race.
There's no escape now. Jack M Team is breathing fire and has locked onto Martin Tuip's tail.
Will Jack M Team be able to make a move and pass Martin Tuip?
The gap between Jack M Team and Martin Tuip is widening. It's now up to 0.9 seconds. While Martin Tuip is not under immediate threat from Jack M Team, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
If this was a country song, Martin Tuip would be the one riding off into the sunset, and Jack M Team would still be tying their boots.
Hold up a mo, it looks like Piasek has been called into the pits. The race is really heating up. Not Clinton Kakaten is hunting down Stuart Boyle with everything they've got. Incident alert. The lone racer has decided to pit. This is where the race gets really interesting. Not Clinton Kakaten is closing in on Stuart Boyle.
Well, butter my biscuit. Not Clinton Kakaten's hot on Stuart Boyle's tail, and not in the way you're thinking. There's some serious wooing going on at Le Mans today.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with not Clinton Kakaten gaining places and Stuart Boyle losing them.
If this were chess, I'd say not Clinton Kakaten just put Stuart Boyle in check. Brilliant move.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Stuart Boyle, who is currently in P18. But not Clinton Kakaten is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Stuart Boyle. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
Should things go south between Jack M Team and Michal Ledvinsky, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
It's all braking update. The lone racer is in the pits. Every move counts now as Megasaurus 55 works to reel in Richard Rossier and overtake for P9.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Megasaurus 55's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down Richard Rosier like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
Hold on a moment, Vikal Hyper has pulled into the pits. Stone the Crows. Alex Gardner's in 15th, but if I know them, Mitchell Litwinski's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon.
As we say in North Carolina, if the porch light's on, someone's home. And Alex Gardner's making it known. He's right there, waiting to make his move on Michal Ledvinsky.
Hold on a second, it looks like Vikal Hyper has been called into the pits. The chase music's playing in Alex Gardner's head as they hold that thought, hold the phone, Alex Gardner is pitting. Oh, the pressure is intense. These three drivers are displaying incredible skill and determination. It's like a high-speed chess match out there.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. The elite drivers truly stand out in moments like these. They have a sixth sense for identifying weaknesses and capitalizing on them with surgical precision.
Now that's how it's done. Jack M Team ribs through the track, while Vikal Hyper watches the tail lights fade. Look at Vikal Hyper trying to close the gap on Jack M Team. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
It's like David versus Goliath out there. The Carl Hyper just slung a stone and gained ground, while Jack M team is left searching for footing.
Well, it's not just about speed, it's about strategy. But right now, the Cal Hyper's showing a masterclass in both.
Like a scene from a thriller, Jack M team's on Bakal Hyper's tail, hungry for that spot. The gap between Jack M team and Bakal Hyper is growing. It's now up to 1.0 seconds. And we're back, where the drivers are showing us some incredible skills.
Indeed, Rob, it's always exciting to see these skilled machines on the tracks. I mean, drivers. I always get them confused.
The rumble of the engine, the scent of the rubber, and Megasaurus 55 comfortably sitting at 7th.
Absolutely, Rob. It's like watching a maestro at work. Every move Megasaurus 55 makes is pure art.
Wow, Jack M team is really pushing hard to catch up to Bakal Hyper. There's blood in the water for 11th place.
You know, Rob, I wouldn't put it past Jack M team to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
I swear, Jack M team's on the prowl, making that leap to 11th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. Look at that, the Carl Hyper is hot on the tail of Jack M team. Crikey, the Carl Hyper is losing touch with Jack M team quicker than a kangaroo on a trampoline. From where we're sitting, Superman seems unmovable from that first.
Indeed, but in the fast lane, there's no time to relax. Superman's grip on first will be tested.
Superman is really belting along the track, leaving Scott Cutchell struggling to keep pace.
That's right, Rob. If Scott Cutchell doesn't pick up the pace, they might as well be moving at a snail's pace. Superman's doing just what they need to, like a dog that's found a bone.
I've been going over some historical stats, and the lap records at Le Mans have been shattered so many times.
It's a test.
Wait, boy, Superman tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Superman 0. You Americans have your drive-throughs. Here, Jack M team's trying to make this a drive past on Martin to it.
Well, let's see if they can supersize that pass, or if they'll just get a side of disappointment.
Gee whiz, Jack M team's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
Exactly what Jack M team needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Martin Tua.
Things are getting spicy as Ahmed Sawa is breathing down Megasaurus 55's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Ahmad Sarwar is doing to Megasaurus 55 right now, doesn't it?
Whoa there, Jack M team is sticking to Martin Tuib like glue. You reckon Martin Tuib's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. We got a close battle as Ahmed Sarwar closes in on Megasaurus 55.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Ahmad Sarwar and Megasaurus 55, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
An impressive showing from Ahmed Sawa, who has gained positions and left Megasaurus 55 in the dust. Jack M team is on a mission, chasing Martin Tuib, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Jack M team is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 1.76 seconds down. Looks like Bogan Cromulence is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control. One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. Bogan Cromulence needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time. The tension is building as Alex Gardner trails behind Wayne Pearson. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Wayne Pearson hold on, or will Alex Gardner be able to close them down? Alex Gardner just blitzed past Wayne Pearson like they were standing still. What do you think, Hal? Are there any specific factors that could lead? Breaking news, folks. Megasaurus 55 has decided to pit. Jack M team wants to get into Martin Tuib slipstream. Superman has pulled into the pits. Get ready, folks. With Jack M team tailing this close to Martin Tuib, Ford chicane is about to become a hotspot. Fantastic move from Jack M team, who has just gained a position. It's a brilliant day for racing, and wait, it looks like Megasaurus 55 has been called into the pits. It's a close race between Bogan Cromulence and Stuart Boyle in 15th. What a move, Bogan Cromulence has moved up to 15th. In your experience, Hal, what was the most challenging aspect of maintaining concentration during a race? The most challenging aspect, Rob, was managing the various inputs and distractions during the race, from radio communication with the team to monitoring car performance and race strategy.
Sorry to cut in here, Superman is in the pits. Oi, Jack M team's giving it a red-hot go in 11th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Vakal Hyper. Might see a cheeky move soon.
The gap between them is now just over 0.7 seconds. Who will come out on top?
Oh, this is getting intense. Megasaurus 55 is just behind Jack M team. It's pedal to the metal for Megasaurus 55, while Jack M team's still flipping through the radio channels. It's a game of inches now as Alex Gardner tails Mitchell Litwinski closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Blimey, hold on a moment, Sunrider is pitting. Look at this, Jack M team is practically drafting off Megasaurus 55. With the gap this small, Mulsanne Straight is going to be a real test. I tell you what, Jack M team has got more problems than a maths book right now. Megasaurus 55 is leaving them in a cloud of dust. Stop the press, Sunrider has pulled into the pits. Coming into Mulsanne Kink, the fight for 11th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink?
That's right, Jack M team is determined to pass Megasaurus 55 and secure a higher position.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Alex Gardner is breathing down the neck of Mitchell Litwinski, not giving him any room to relax.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
Alex Gardner appears to be losing ground on Mitchell Litwinski. They will need to pick up the pace a bit as they head into Mulsanne Straight and see if they can get a good exit and gain some ground. Oh, the chase is on. Jack M team's breathing down the neck of Megasaurus 55. Fantastic. Wait, Klangsky has decided to pit. With steely determination and laser focus, Alex Gardner is homing in on Mitchell Litwinski. The battle lines are drawn.
Alex Gardner's got that car dialed in tighter than my grandma's corset. If Michal Litwinski isn't careful, he's gonna get a taste of some good old American hustle.
Alex Gardner is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Mitchell Litwinski to 0.3 seconds. Blimey, Jack M team is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run. The crowd is on its feet as Alex Gardner chases down Mitchell Litwinski through Indianapolis. It's starting to look like we might get a battle between Alex Gardner and Mitchell Litwinski. I've been analysing races for quite some time, and the sheer endurance of these drivers never ceases to amaze me.
Couldn't agree more. It's not just about physical stamina but mental fortitude.
Wait, I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Alex Gardner's just breezed into 18th.
You know, back in Carolina, we say, go big or go home. Looks like Alex Gardner took that to heart, hitting 18th.
There's a storm brewing, and it's got Jack M team's name on it. Megasaurus 55, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you.
The rubber's burning, the crowd's yearning, and Jack M team's engine is churning to get past Megasaurus 55.
If Jack M team doesn't pick up the pace, how? They'll be as relevant as an ashtray on a motorbike. Gee whiz, Mitchell Litwinski is breathing down Alex Gardner's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Alex Gardner's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
And Mitchell Litwinski has just won the place from Alex Gardner.
Talk about turbocharged ambition. Michal Litwinski's got the afterburners on full blast today.
This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Alex Gardner is the predator, with Mitchell Litwinski firmly in their sights. It seems like Alex Gardner is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Cadillac's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind.
It's going to be tough for Cadillac, as Wayne Pearson seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Cadillac pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Well, don't come the raw prawn. Cadillac's giving it some stick, pulling Wayne Pearson into a mere 106.8 seconds.
Now this is what we call real racing. It's anyone's race, wide open as a Carolina sky. Who's gonna step up and take us to victory lane?
The pressure is on for Martin Tuip as they try to catch up to Richard Rossier.
With just 0.7 seconds between them, will Martin Tuip be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
Remember when we thought Martin Tuip had peaked? Think again, they're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Richard Rossia's mirrors awfully busy. Whoa, Martin Truex on fire, leaving skid marks and Richard Rossia's hopes behind.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Who needs speed dating when you've got Richard Rossia chasing down Martin Truex this eagerly? Move over Tinder, this is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Richard Rosier needs to be careful not to overdo it.
Richard Rossia's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Martin Truex. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right, and with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight, but instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any braking development. Scott Cutchell is in the pits. Looks like Richard Rossia's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now. Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Richard Rossia's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Martin Truex. The battle for 17 is heating up as Alex Gardner tries to catch Fugs in P17. Truth, Alex Gardner's not here to muck about. The gap, wait, it looks like Scott Cutchell has been called into the pits. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
This battle between Alex Gardner and Fugs is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Big gains for Alex Gardner as they move up the field, leaving Fugs behind. On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely, but you know.
Breaking news, folks, a twist in our tale. Alex Gardner's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 18th. Richard Rossia has the pedal to the metal chasing Martin Truex. Oh, talk about a tango on tarmac. Mitchell Litwinski is dancing closer and closer to Alex Gardner. You can feel the tension as they approach Mulsanne Straight. Someone should tell Alex Gardner this ain't a Sunday drive. Mitchell Litwinski's tearing up the track.
I've always said, it's not the car, it's the driver. And Michal Litwinski's proving that point right.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
Bloody hell, Alex Gardner's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 18th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
Well, slap my knee and call it a jamboree. Alex Gardner's putting on a masterclass, storming into 18th.
Oh dear, Alex Gardner has dropped down to 19th. This is what it's all about, folks. Wayne Pearson is in hot pursuit of Alex Gardner, who's just trying to stay ahead.
Rob, last time I saw Wayne Pearson this riled up, there were sparks flying off the track. Get ready for a showdown.
Here's some action. Alex Gardner's tailgating Mitchell Litwinski so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near Indianapolis.
The chase between Alex Gardner and Michal Litwinski is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
It's looking good for Alex Gardner, who has gained places and put some distance. Stop the press, not Clinton Kakaten is pitting. If I had $1 for every time Bakal Hyper closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Richard Rossier, the thunder from down under is coming. Good on ya, Megasaurus 55. Not letting Vakal Hyper get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "g'day mate" on the next corner?
Looks like Megasaurus 55 has got more moves than a cowboy in a honky-tonk bar. Vakal Hyper better watch out or he'll be two-stepped right off the track.
Hold on to your hats. Eric Rosendahl is gunning for Vakal Hyper. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
If Eric Rosendahl gets any closer, they might as well ask Vakal Hyper for a piggyback ride.
Crikey, Eric Rosendahl's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched 12th. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Alex Gardner is chasing Wayne Pearson in P18.
The stopwatch doesn't lie, and the shrinking gap is telling a tale of a hunter closing in on its prize.
Good news for Alex Gardner, the gap to Wayne Pearson has decreased. It's now down to 0.4 seconds. The pursuit is on. Martin Tuib is closing the gap on Richard Rossier, determined to claim PA.
Shoot, Rob, you ever seen a hound chase a rabbit? That's Martin Tuib for ya, trying to close in on Richard Rossier with every twist and turn of Le Mans.
Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Martin Tuib, lagging behind Richard Rossier and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Ahmed Sarwar's not letting the lone racer have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, the lone racer, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
It's like David versus Goliath out there. Ahmed Sarwar just slung a stone and gained ground, while the lone racer is left searching for footing.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Ahmad Sarwar needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
Looks like we've had a few incidents out there.
Someone forgot to take their driving lessons. They're making more U-turns than a confused tourist.
Hilarious. I think they might need to call their GPS for directions. Maybe it can help them navigate the track. Megasaurus 55 wants to close that gap with Martin Tuib.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Superman has decided to pit. The gap between Jack M. Team and Richard Rossier is razor thin as they vie for 10th in this nail-biting contest. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Jack M. Team gaining places and Richard Rossier losing them. You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused, putting everything on the line for a chance at victory, pushing themselves and their machines to the limit.
And let's not forget about the incredible machines themselves.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think about the kind of engineering and
Sorry to cut in here. Bogan Cromulence has pulled into the pits. Blimey, Megasaurus 55's more eager to catch Martin Tuib than a bloke at the bar at last call. Hope he's got the stamina for this chase.
That driver is really pushing the limits. They're riding the curbs and pushing the car to the ragged edge, looking for every last ounce of speed. Could be they're pushing too hard though, and that's only going to slow them down.
It looks like Bogan Cromulence has been called into the pits. It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Thelonious has got armored Sawa in their crosshairs. Stone the crows. Thelonious is on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 6th. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
Honestly, Rob, with this chase, I'm half expecting to see some sneaky dive bombs in the next few laps. Popcorn ready?
Well, crikey, Sunrider's taken a detour just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage.
Whoops, Sunrider is going to be kicking themselves.
The adrenaline is pumping as Armored Sawa gets within striking distance of the lone racer in their race for 6th. Stone the crows. Armored Sawa's going faster than a roux on the hop. Thelonious has got to step up their game now. Things are heating up as Not Clinton Kakaden tries to close the gap to Fugs. Oh no, what's this? Whoa. Armored Sawa took the corner like my Uncle Baz after a 6-pack, all over the shop. Oh, this is getting intense. Not Clinton Kakaden is just a few car lengths behind Fugs.
This isn't just racing, it's art in motion. And Not Clinton Kakaden is painting a masterpiece in pursuit. Someone shook the board?
Seems so. Not Clinton Kakaden's taken a slide, but knowing them, it's just a part of the dance.
Definitely. But Not Clinton Kakaden is a skilled driver, and they have what it takes to fight back and regain that position.
Heartbreak for Not Clinton Kakaden as they slip down the field.
That's got to be frustrating. But Not Clinton Kakaden is a skilled driver, and they have what it takes to battle their way back up the field.
You reckon Megasaurus 55 saw a spider in the cockpit? Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central.
Well, slap my grandma and call me Sally. Megasaurus 55's got more distance to cover than my cousin Cletus has teeth. But if anyone can bridge that gap, it's Megasaurus 55.
Piasek could be looking for a way up the inside of Sunrider.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
The gap between Piasek and Sunrider is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. It's now a whopping 1.1 seconds. As they speed through Mulsanne Strait, the lone racer is relentlessly pursuing Armored Sawa in a high-stakes battle for position.
It's a battle for position as the lone racer tries to make a move on Ahmad Sarwar. This is what racing is all about.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Ahmad Sawa is proper nipping at Thelonious's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Ahmad Sarwar is giving the lone racer a run for their money. Things are gonna get spicy as they round Mulsanne Strait.
Buckle up. Bogan Cromulence is all over Fugs like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
Bogan Cromulence needs to get more consistent. Hell, they have just put in a slower lap than Fugs.
It will be interesting to see if Fugs can keep outpacing Bogan Cromulence.
An impressive showing from Bogan Cromulence, who has gained positions and left Fugs in the dust.
Yes, but Bogan Cromulence can't rest on their laurels. They have to keep pushing to consolidate their position.
Oi, Martin Tuitt, got a mirror? Cos Megasaurus 55's closer than my unpaid pub tabs. It's true what they say, Hal, you're never completely useless.
Indeed, Rob, you can always be used as a bad example. It's a good old southern cook-off. Megasaurus 55's serving up some spicy moves while Martin Tuitt's still marinating. Let's hope they bring the heat soon.
Well, blow me down. Martin Tuip's lap time just gave Megasaurus 55 a cheeky slap on the rear. Bet that left a mark.
Hot damn. Martin Tuip's burning it up, and Megasaurus 55's got front row seats to the show. Hope they didn't blush too hard.
Seems like Megasaurus 55 is getting in range of Martin Tuip.
There is no room for error in this battle.
A great pass for Megasaurus 55 as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Martin Tuip has lost ground. So, when you were racing, ever have to do the old nature call dash during a red flag?
Haha. You mean a pit stop for the driver and not the car? Once or twice. You learn to time your drinks and hope for a long caution. Doesn't always work out though.
Blimey, Richard Rossier is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster. It's not going to plan for Richard Rossier. They are still behind Eric Rosendahl and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Martin Tuip trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Megasaurus 55. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Martin Tuip close in enough to mount a challenge? I love being here at Le Mans. What an awesome place to be witnessing these titans of the track battle it out.
Indeed, Rob, what a magnificent sight and sound. I love listening to the roar of these engines. Let's just listen for a moment.
The crowd is on tenterhooks as Richard Rossier in 12th chases after Eric Rosendahl. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Richard Rossier find a way to catch up?
Lord have mercy. Richard Rossier's got more space between him and Eric Rosendahl than my paw got between his ears. But miracles do happen. Just ask my ex-wife.
This is edge of the seat stuff. Martin Tuip is relentlessly hunting down Megasaurus 55. Who'll blink first?
Coming out of Lars chicane, Martin Tuip's got the downforce and grip. That car's as sticky as North Carolina barbecue sauce, and he's looking to stick right to Megasaurus 55's tail.
As rubber meets road, and strategy meets luck, Cadillac is etching their story in 19th.
Yes, but they have to keep their focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
By the looks of it, Scott Cutchell reckoned Le Mans had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one. You can feel the focus radiating from Scott Cutchell, confidently holding onto the second. A strong showing from Sunrider, who is currently third.
They're not just driving, they're performing. And right now, Sunrider's act from third is worth an encore.
Sunrider's losing time to Piasek like a leaky tap dripping water. A bit more slip, and we'll be in for a real dogfight. You know, racing is all about strategy. It's like choosing between a sausage sizzle and a meat pie.
Sausage? Sizzle? Why not just grab a burger and call it a day? But I get your point. Strategy is everything out here.
As the laps tick by, Sunrider finds themselves in third. Every moment counts.
Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now,
Breaking development. Oh, mate. That's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining. Not just about the leaders today, right? Even the tailenders. They're like hungry dingo pups fighting over a bone. Love the spirit.
Spot on. Every second is gold, and even a hiccup, a tiny one, can make them tumble. Assetto Corsa friends, where the magic happens. Although, between us, what's a hiccup for an AI?
The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got the lone racer cruising in 6th.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
Oof, if Vikal Hyper was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step. As we come into the final moments of this epic race, Superman is in the lead. Can they stay calm and bring home the bacon?
That's an impressive burst of speed. It's all but said and done now.
The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Superman. Hastel brings home 23rd. Eric Rosendahl claim 11th. Coming in 12th we have Vikal Hyper. In 13th, it's Richard Rossier. With Stuart Boyle in 14th. What a fantastic race from Scott Cutchell, who brings it home in 2nd place.
Impressive performance. They pushed themselves to the limit for a fantastic 2nd place finish.
Taking 15th is Bogan Cromulence. That was an outstanding performance from Sunrider. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
Great job bringing it home.
Fugs take 16th. Seventeenth is Alex Gardner. Piasek in 4th. Followed by Mitchell Litwinski in 18th. Klansky brings home 5th. Coming in 6th we have the Lone Racer. Finishing 7th is Ahmed Sawa. Bob Shotton end in 22nd. Eighth sees Martin Tuitt. Taking 9th is Megasaurus 55. Tenth is Jack M Team. Cadillac in 19th.